Dear learners, good afternoon to all of you from India.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Our resource person, Dr. Sonia Sharma, has already joined. So very shortly, we are going to start the session. Dr. Sonia Sharma, are you present?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good
Namaskar.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Namaskar.
Yes, sir. So I just told them, okay, let's wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. So let's other also join. So then we'll start.
Yes. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yes.
Thank you.
Today in the headquarters, we were celebrating International Women Day. Today is International Women's Day, no? So we were celebrating that in the first half. So I just reached my office. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's wait for a minute. Fine. So let's start the class because we are already waiting for 5-6 minutes. So those who will join after some time, let's join them because we are already waited for them. Okay. So good afternoon to all of you. I can see the faces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. Yeah. So Ahmed, how are you?
We are doing fine now. And you?
Kabiru, have you studied before
Please.
coming to the class?
Yes, of course, ma'am. Please, can you hear me clearly?
You got
Am I
the you
audible?
have the soft copy of the study material.
Yes, ma'am. I have the software. I have it.
Okay, very good. So today we are going to study the block 2. Okay, so we will discuss about the block 2 after TS-03. So 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 students are there. I can see the Usman Sani. So Usman Sani, please unmute yourself. Usman Sani, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You are Sagir, right?
I'm here. You.
Yeah, one more person is there, one more student. I think Usman is there. So Usman, are you there? I don't think so. Okay, no problem. So Ahmed, have you studied before coming to the class? Hamza Ahmed.
Yes, ma'am. I have studied before coming to the class, but I have observed that there is a little bit difference between the materials that are on the earlier learning management system and the one you are using.
No, there is no difference. See, whatever study material is there, no. So from the study material only we are picking up the important points. because in 2 hours class, it's not possible to go through the complete 4 units in 2 hours. So we are just picking up the important points, and wherever it is relevant, we add few important things just to make the topic simple. Nothing else. Otherwise, when you go in detail, no, so it's units are long, no, maybe one units of 7 to 8 pages are there. Then we have to cover 4 units in a class. So that is the reason I'm just kept the important points, headings only. So there is no difference because I also use the same study material. Okay, only in few points,
Ma'am,
few slides, I've just added few examples and all, so that it makes the things easy and clearly for you. Nothing else. I have also used the same study material. You can see now it is there in front
ma'am,
of me.
what I understand, there is something that we need to understand, because there is a difference between the material in the LMS site and the material on the application, IGNO application. So many of us are downloading the material from the application, not from the site. So if you download any material from IGNO application, I mean study application, so the materials are not the same with that of the LMS site.
Okay, you are saying that the material
Yes.
available in the LMS and available on the IGNO
Yes.
website are different.
Yes, of course. If you are using the application, if you are using an application, Android application of IGNU, so the materials are not the same with that of LMS site. So you mind you have to
Oh, then
download the
so I need to
material
see.
from that.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Because see, right now I can show you the material which we are using. This is the official material because this is a study material prepared by faculty of the school. So this is the cover page. Okay. So this is the cover page. This is a
So
TS-03, if you can see, the management in tourism. So this is basically our study
so
material. We say self-learning material.
advisably, advisably, each and every one of us should download the material from his dashboard. That's where he can get the appropriate material from his
So then I
dashboard.
need to cross check because there is only one material available for all the students, be it a distance learner student or maybe online student or maybe for you all like who are in the this e-Vidya Bharati project. So let me clear this point with the RC, or maybe after this class I can discuss this point with the or this thing CEO Center for Online Education, CEO.
No
Okay,
problem, ma'am.
because material should be
From my
same.
side,
There is
I'm
there are no
using.
two types of material. Maybe in LMS you have extra our videos are available. These videos are there. YouTube videos are there.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, videos are there.
Yes.
Okay, see that videos now. That videos which are available in the LMS. That videos are basically prepared by the experts. They also use this study material. Sometimes they add few points, just few inputs they give, so that they can make the things more clear. Otherwise, when you go for e-content, so we have only one e-content, only one booklet, one book is there. This material is there. If you will see this thing, right now also you can check. This material has the same this type of cover page. This is the cover page of TS-03, that is management in tourism. So right now also you can check it. Okay.
Yes,
Maybe you
ma'am.
are
What I'm
having
trying to
extra
say here is
videos.
that,
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you are having extra
yeah, what I'm
videos,
saying here.
and then maybe, sorry.
So what I'm trying to say here is that there is, if you are using an Android phone to download, there is one application here, IGNU. You can see IGNU application
Oh,
here. So if you are using the material
okay.
in the IGNU application, it is different from
Huh?
your material on your dashboard. So you better download the material from your dashboard. That's what you are talking about. What I'm talking about. There is
Okay.
an Android application, IGNU e-connect, e-content. We have IGNU e-content
E-content. Yeah.
application.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you
And because
download
from
any
IGNO
material
website,
from IGNU e-content, if you download any
yeah.
material from IGNU e-content, it's not the same as of that on your website.
Okay. See, one
Yes,
more
I
option is
tried
there
doing
when you
so.
go to IGNO. When you go to IGNO website, in the e-Gyan Kosh, e-Gyan Kosh, you will find the same study material.
Yes,
Okay,
of course,
the
of
book
course.
which I'm
That's it.
discussing, the same study material you will get from the e-Gyan Kosh, which I'm discussing in the
That's
class.
right.
And we have only
That's
one
right.
type of material only. And maybe this thing for online programs, so like we have prepared extra videos, and then this e-content is there, and few extra things we have added. But ultimately, all the people they are using this material only, because we have just prepared one type of material. And maybe for online students, we have given the this prepared videos also. So maybe that videos are additional to the e-content. Okay, and all of you please note down, our material is there on IGNO website. You go to the eGyan Kosh, and in eGyan Kosh you just type the TS-03 management in tourism, so you will get this same material. Okay,
That's right.
so let me wait for a minute. Let me speak to RC Bhubneshwar. Dr. Tripathi,
Okay.
are you there? Dr. Tripathi? Tripathi sir, are you there? I think sir is not there right now. But after this class, I will speak to sir. I will clear this point. And you know, yesterday I received a mail from one student. I think this Vakili, have you sent me mail? Mohammed Vakili, are you there? Can you hear me? Mohammed Vakili?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you sent me mail yesterday?
You
Please
said,
tell
ma'am.
me. Yes or no? I will just a minute. Let me confirm. I have received one mail, no? So
I have
PPT
told
of
you
yes-
updates of me.
you want PPT also, no? Yeah, my yesterday class, and that PPT I can share to one student, and he can just share with all of you. Because I received one mail. Just a second. Let me confirm. Yes. Yeah, Muhammad Wakili. Yeah, I received one mail from him yesterday, but he has not written anything. Just sent me a mail. No subject, no content. So maybe you just want to confirm whether ID is right or wrong, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, what I will do, I will share my PPT, right? I will share my PPT, and you just send to all other your this classmates. Have you have any WhatsApp group, Kabiru? Do you have any WhatsApp group?
Yes, ma'am. We have WhatsApp group.
Okay, so what I will do, I have email, because this Wakili, he sent me mail yesterday, no? So I will just send my PPT to him. So it's his responsibility. He will share with all of you my PPT of yesterday class, right?
Okay, ma'am. That's a good. That's it. All right. That's all right.
Yeah, because yesterday few students requested for the PPT, no? So I will send him today. So he will share with all of you, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
And whenever you have some query, some question, so please send me mail, because without any reason, so there is no point of sending the mail. So always, if you have any specific question related to my course, then only please send me mail. And the subject also you clearly mention, so this is a issue, this is the problem we are facing, so I will answer your query. Fine.
Yeah, ma'am. That's a very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Wakili, now you have switched on your video. So yesterday you sent me mail,
Yes.
but you have not written anything. No subject, no content. So I thought maybe you just want to confirm whether email ID is right or wrong. Okay. Anyhow, now let's start our class. Let me share my PPT. Now many students have also joined. So Bashir, how are you? Thumbs up. Huh?
I'm doing good, ma. And you? And you?
So all is well.
Yes, mom.
Very good.
Yes, mom.
Good, very good. So let me share my PPT. Just a second. Then I will show you one beautiful video also today. Okay. So now can you see my PPT?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no.
Yes, we can
Yes,
see.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay, fine. So let's start then. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to discuss the block 2, right? Yesterday we have discussed the block 1 of TS-03. TS-03, which is the management in tourism. And yes, I told you yesterday it has 8 blocks. And out of 8 block, yesterday we have discussed the block 1. And block 1 was the understanding entrepreneurship and management that we have discussed yesterday. And there were 4 units which we have discussed. Unit 1, that was the management concepts and function. Then unit 2, that was the entrepreneurship concept and functions. Then unit 3, that was the corporate forms in tourism. And unit 4, that was the management issues in tourism. So these 4 units we have discussed yesterday. And today we are going to discuss block 2. Block 2 is basically understanding organizational theory. Okay, so again it has 4 units. So 4 units titles are this thing. Unit 5, it is understanding organizations. Unit 6, that is planning and decision making. Then unit 7, which is organizing. And unit 8, that is controlling. So today we are going to discuss these 4 units. So let's begin. In this class, we will learn about understanding organization, then organization structure, then components of organization structure. Then we will discuss about the planning, then types of planning. Then we will go for organizing, then division of work, monitoring and controlling, then types of control, then steps in control process, and then decision control. So these are the broad topics which we are going to discuss in today's class. So first thing is understanding organization. If I will just ask you, what is the organization? Okay, just a second, let me see your face. If I just ask you what is the organization, for example, I'm in IGNO. In IGNO, I'm in the School of Tourism and Hospitality Services Management. Okay, so IGNO itself a big organization. So what is the organization? Basically, so many people, they are working together. There in the organization structure, there will be a top boss, a top head. Like in our university, our vice chancellor, he is the topmost officer, he is the head of the university. Then there are pro vice chancellors, those who are first is a vice chancellor, then second step is the pro vice chancellors are there. Then there are different schools are there. In schools, director is the head of the schools. Like in our school, we have a director also. Then we as a faculty members, as a professors, associate professor, we are working. So this is how organization structure is there. Maybe in the top boss is there, then the second step, maybe next subordinates will be there. Then this is how I will just explain in today's class. So basically in an organization, people work together. They work together and ultimately to achieve the organizational goal. Okay, so this is basically the very simple way. Simply by giving the example of my university, I'm just trying to explain you. Then I will go to the definition. What is the organization? What is the organization structure? So this is what we are going to discuss in today's class. Okay, so let me go back to my this thing PPT. Yeah. So let me do it full size. Okay, so unit 5, that is the understanding organizations. So we will understand what is organization. Organization basically is a social unit formed to carry out a specific purpose. Organization is a social unit. It is formed to carry out a specific purpose. For example, IGNO, educational institution. So it is also formed to carry out a specific purpose to provide education to the learners. Like in today's class, I'm taking my class, you all students, you have joined, I'm teaching and you all are learning. So ultimately the specific purpose of university is to provide education. So similarly, there are different types of organization. So organization, if we go for the definition, organization is a social unit formed to carry out a specific purpose, right? So there are different views. First is the classical view. So the structure of relationships, power, objectives, roles, activities, communications, and other factors that exist when person work together. So there are so many factors like structure of relationship. For example, I am working, my other colleagues are there, we all 4 or 5 faculty members are there, then we have clerical staff is there, then computer operators are there. So when we work together as a this thing unit, as a team, so there is a relationship between each other. So there is a power also, maybe top boss, maybe director of the school, she has the power so that she can control the subordinates. Then there are objectives also, set goals are there. Okay, this is the objective which you have to achieve. Then roles, activities are there, communication between within the departments are there, maybe with outside environment is also there. Then so these are the so many factors that exist when person work together. Okay, so this was the classical view. Then under this, first is the bureaucracy. So bureaucracy means there are rules and regulations. There is a hierarchy, as I told you, like in our university, vice chancellor is the head, then pro vice chancellors are there, then registrar, then different departments, they have directors. So this is a hierarchy. The top was, then second category, third, fourth. So hierarchy is there. Then recruitment is there. So when recruitment process will be there, no, then only we can recruit the people. Okay. Then so this was the first point of the bureaucracy. Second is the administrative theory. So under administrative theory, we have reason of work, then we have authority, then unity of command, then we have subordinates, then fair salary structure, then respect for organizational goals. Okay. Then third is the scientific management. So what is the scientific management? As per the scientific management, it emphasized upon the micro aspects of the organization. So it is not focusing only on the major aspects, it's focusing on the micro aspects, like to develop a science for each element of man's work. Because in organization, so when people are working, so they're saying it develop a science for each element of man's work, whatever work they're doing, so it develop a science for them, a logic. Then scientifically select and then train. First to scientifically select the people. Okay, this type of job is here, so we need this type of person for that. So he should carry this much of qualification, the professional degree should be there, whatever type of people you need. Okay, once you select them, then you need to train them, then teach and develop a workman. Okay, then next is management should cope with workers. Okay, yes.
Can you increase the size of the picture of the slide, please? Or it is the maximum number of the size? The size.
Okay, you want me to increase the size?
Yes, ma'am, if it is possible.
It's already full view, so you can't see it properly. Let me see. Let me try. Increase the size. It's already full screen, so I don't know how to increase the size. Do you know any command how to increase?
Ma'am, you can zoom it. You can zoom using your slide bar.
I need to zoom it. When I'm clicking, no, the other slide is coming. Zoom. See, next one is coming. Next, previous, last view, go to slide. Screen. White screen, no. Help and show. It's difficult for me. I'm not very much good in computers. So if you know any commands, just let me know so that I can increase its size.
Okay, ma'am. First thing you can do is you can press your escape key. Press escape key so that the
escape
PPT
I
will
pressed.
just go back there, go down.
Now
So after that, you also after pressing escape key, the full screen will just go back to normal screen.
This is a full screen.
So after pressing escape key, it's supposed to
First I pressed escape. Now it's a full screen.
Yes.
Can you see
Yes,
it now?
escape.
Is it visible now properly? I have done full screen now.
Visible as you can see it.
What I'm saying is by size, you can increase it on your own.
See, I have done it full screen. So again, how to increase the size of this particular slide, that I don't know. So let me continue. If it is visible to all of you, so let me continue. What do you say?
Since
It
you
is
can see on
visible,
the
but
PPT, there's no problem.
So let me continue, because I'm not good in computer. Well, a few things, basic things, so I know, but not really so many commands, especially in PPT, how to increase the size. So I've already done the full screen. So let us continue. Okay.
No problem.
Maybe after completing this unit now, meanwhile, I will show you a video. Then I will try. right?
Okay,
So let
ma'am.
us
Okay.
continue. Yeah. So we were on discussing the scientific management. So in that, we were discussing the second point. First was to select a science for each element of man's work. Then scientifically select and then train, teach, and develop a workman. Then management should cooperate with the workers. They're saying that management should also cooperate with the workers. Whatever workers employees are there in your organization, so management should cooperate with them, right? Equal division of work and responsibility among all. So equal division of work. It should not be like one person is overburdened, overworked, and others are enjoying. Okay, they are just doing work for 1 or 2 hours. Rest of the time they are just enjoying. So there should be equal division of work, so that one should not feel like, okay, I am overburdened, others are enjoying. So there should be equal division of work and responsibility among all the employees, right? So now do we have the another view, that is a new classical view. See, in the previous view, previous slide, this was a classical view. Now second is a new classical view. So this provides thrust towards a participative management and democratization of organizational power structure. So this new classical view is focusing on, they're saying this provides a thrust towards a participative management. There should be a participative management. Okay, and second is the democratization of organizational power structure. So we should have the democratization of the organizational power structure. So under this, there is a, no, sorry, the next one is the system view. So in system views, they're saying organization is viewed as a system consisting of 5 parts. So as per this system view, they're saying organization is basically system. So it consists of 5 parts. What are the 5 parts? First is the inputs, then we have the process, then output, then we get the feedback, then the environment where we work. So as per the system view, the organization is a system which has the 5 parts. Okay. So next one is the organization structure. So what do you understand by the organization structure? So let's see. Process through which the organizational tasks are divided, organized, and coordinated. Okay, this is the organization structure. What is this? It's a process through which organizational tasks are divided. So whatever tasks are there, tasks are divided among the employees, among the workers. Then we organize them. First is divided, then we organized, and then coordinated. So it's not only one person is or one department is doing it. There is a coordination, there is an interdependence also. So that coordination is also important. So this is the organization structure. So it must have a following structure, because the organization structure should have all these relevant things. Like first is relationships have to be established within the organization. I told you know relationships are very important, because suppose I'm saying, okay, I'm the course coordinator of TS-03. So my other faculty member, she is a course coordinator of TS-06. So other one maybe TS-2, TS-1. This is how it is divided. So there should be a good relationship among the various employees, various worker, because it's not okay, I will say I am the course coordinator of TS-03, so I don't know about others. No, ultimately all of us will have to work together, because one course I am taking care, other faculties taking care of other course. So ultimately when we pull together, then it will become a program like BTS program, where you have enrolled, maybe diploma in tourism studies, that is where you have enrolled, right? So relationships have to be established within the organization. Then work has to be divided among different workers and departments. Work has to be divided among the different departments, different workers. Then authorities, responsibility, powers has to be clearly spelled out. Whatever authority or whatever responsibility of a worker, or whatever power, which level of power you are giving, so that should be clearly spelled out, so that a person should know, okay, this is my authority, this is my responsibility, or this much power I have, so that I can work freely. Then the activities have to be coordinated effectively. Whatever activities are going on, so it should be coordinated effectively. Then the action of the members have to be monitored and controlled. Whatever action of the members, those who are working in the organization, that actions should be monitored, it should be controlled. Okay, so next is the organization structure are based on. These were the few things we have discussed about the structure, but other part is the organization structures are based on. What is the base on which the organization structure is based? That is the specialization. Then next is the standardization. Then we have the formalization, and then the centralization. See, this organization structure. This is specialization, standardization, coordination, and authority. Okay, so what is the standardization? That is let down policies and procedures. So when we have organization, definitely we have to let down few policies. What are the policies? What is the procedure? How we have to do? Then formalization, that extent to which policies and procedures are laid down. So up to which extent these policies and procedures are laid down. That is the formalization. Then centralization, the authority of decision making. Authority of decision making. Usually we see the only top boss, top level people have the authority to take the decision. But in some organizations, that decision making they involve the lower level employees also, middle level also. So that authority of decision making, that is the centralization. Right. Then next is this organizational chart of a travel agency. As you are a tourism student, so you should know about what is a travel agency, what is a tour operator. That I think you are going to discuss in other courses also. And now we're discussing about the organizational chart of a travel agency. So as the organization grows, the chart also changes accordingly. This is, we have just given an example, but in a big travel agencies, the organizational growth, there are so many activity department they are taking care. So organizational chart will be obviously different. It will be bigger than this. So this is just an example. So we have given the example of a travel agency. At the top level, managing director is there. Then manager tours are there, manager reservation, manager marketing, manager administration. Okay. Then under manager tours, there is assistant manager tours. Then under manager reservation, there is assistant manager reservation. So this is just an example of a travel agency, organizational chart of a travel agency. Okay. So next one is the components of organization structure. So we'll discuss what are the components of organization structure. So first is the complexity. So activities in the organizations are broken up, are differentiated. Whatever activities are there in the organization, they are broken up and they are differentiated, because you will break up activities into small. Okay, this is this activity this department has to take care. For example, travel and say, okay, this department will take care of the ticketing, other department will take care of the say this inbound or outbound. So this is how you will divide. Okay, other one is taking care of visa facilities and all. So you will divide your activities. So activities in the organizations are broken up, are differentiated. So three forms of differentiations are. So we will discuss what are the three type of differentiation, because we say no, activities are broken up or differentiated in an organization. So now we will discuss the three types of differentiations. So first is the horizontal differentiation, then vertical differentiation, and then the spatial differentiation. So what is horizontal differentiation? So this considers the degree of separation between the units. Okay, the degree of separation between the units, that is a horizontal. Then in vertical, this refers to the depth of organizational hierarchy. So it refers to the depth of organizational hierarchy, because in smaller organization, maybe there only at the top boss is there, then maybe at the middle level few employees are there, maybe in the lower level hardly 1 or 2% is there. So that is in small organization. But in the big organization, hierarchy will be also maybe in top boss is there, then at a second level there are different subordinates are there, then in the lower level again so many employees are there, maybe under them again further they have classified. So it depends upon the size of the organization. So vertical differentiation means this refers to the depth of organizational hierarchy. Then third is a spatial differentiation, so degree to which the location of an organization's physical facilities and personnel are geographically dispersed. So this your location of an organization, physical facilities, whatever your physical facilities and personals, how much they are geographically dispersed. Geographically dispersed, maybe in a different part of the area, maybe in the different parts of a country. Okay, so that is a spatial differentiation, means geographically how they are dispersed. Then next is the formalization. So term refers to the degree to which jobs within the organization are standardized. Formalization means degree to which the jobs within the organizations are standardized. That is the formalization. Then job descriptions, rules and regulation of the organizations are clearly defined where there is a highly formalization. When there is proper formalization, so job description will be there, rules and regulations are there. These are clearly defined when there is a highly formalizations. Okay, everybody knows, okay, this is my job description, this is a rule and regulation which I have to follow, so that will be clearly spelled out. The next, when the formalization is low, employees have a great deal of freedom to exercise discretion in the work. When there is formalization is low, that means the rules and regulation and job description is not clearly spelled out, so employees have great deal of freedom to exercise discretion. They can do work as per their choice in the work, so they have freedom to work. Right. The next is the centralization. So degree to which decision making is concentrated at a single point in the organization. So concentration is what? It's a degree in which decision making is centralized at a single point. Maybe at the top level, it's a decision making is focused or concentrated only at the top level. Top level boss has to take the decision. So it's a concentrated at a single point in the organization. Okay, in highly centralized organization, it take more time for taking decision and design the next course of action. When there is a highly centralized organization, so it takes more time because only one person has to take the decision. Once he will take the decision, then it will convey to other middle level, lower level. So it takes time. So it takes this thing more time for taking decision and then decide the next course of action. Okay, where there is a highly centralized organization. Right, now we will have this thing, classification of organization structure. First we will discuss the organization structure. Now we will go for the classification. So organization structure can be classified into these following categories. So first is the mechanistic structure. So what is a mechanistic structure? The main characteristics of this structure is it is highly complex, highly formalization, limited information network, little participation of low-level members in decision-making process. So in the mechanistic structure, you see there is a little participation of low-level members in the decision-making. But as a good organization, lower-level employees should also taken into consideration. Their opinion should also be considered. So it should not be only top-level people are deciding. They are a policy maker. They only have to decide. No, each and every person who is working for the organization, at least their opinion should be considered. They should also be involved. So in mechanistic structure, they're saying little participation of low-level members in decision-making process, right? The next is this organic structure. So what is organic structure? The main characteristics of the organic structure are it is low in complexity and formalization. So that means it is not much complex. It is low in complexity and formalization. Then it possesses a comprehensive information network. So it possesses a comprehensive information network. Then it involves high participation in decision making. Because in mechanistic structure, we have seen there is a little participation of low level members, whereas in organic structure, it involves high participation of all the level of these employees in the decision making. Okay. Then this organizational chart. Okay, this thing. Next is the product and service based structure. So what is the product and service based structure? Here activities are structured according to the service or products. Whatever service or products are there, so these activities are structured according to them. Whatever services or products are there in the organization. So on the top is organization management. Then we have seen the example, like we have hotels, then we have restaurants, then we have airline catering. In hotels also we have 3-star category hotels are there, 5 stars are there. In restaurants, the Chinese restaurants are there, Mughal restaurants are there. So this is just an example. Okay, there can be other star category hotels also. There are different types of restaurants also. This is just an example. Then next is the spatial based structure. So tourism organizations normally go for division of their activities by structuring them on geographical lines. Okay. So in previous slide also we have discussed about the spatial. They're saying tourism organization, they normally go for the division of the activities by structuring on them on the geographical lines. Geographically where they are spread. Okay. Next is the conglomerate structures. So organizations grow through acquiring other businesses. In this category, they also acquire other businesses. This is how the organizations, they grow. Then here newly acquired business are maintained as subsidiaries. So whatever newly acquired business, maybe they're acquiring some other business also. So they are maintained as the subsidiaries. Okay. So next one is the matrix structures. So what is a matrix? This structure is also known as a multiple command system, as it is combination of product and functional organization. Why it is multiple command system? Because it is a combination of product and functional organization. So person is accountable to 2 heads at one time, because it is multiple command system. No, so a person is accountable to the 2 heads at a time. Okay, then there is no structure that is perfect for any organization. So there is no standardized, or we can say there is no perfect structure that is, there is no structure that is perfect for any organization. However, an appropriate structure will enables operational efficiency for achieving organization goals. So suppose if we have proper appropriate structure, then it will help in, it enables operational efficiency for achieving the goals. Then it provides such a structure where individual jobs can be adjusted at ease. Okay, when you have appropriate structures, you will get these benefits. Then next is factors to be kept in mind while choosing the structure. What factors you have to take care, what factors you have to see before choosing the organizational structure. These are size of the organization. So what is the size of your organization? First is that is really important, whether it's a small organization or it's a big organization, size is important. Then objectives of the organization. What is your ultimate objectives, goals, what you're planning to achieve, that is important. Then market and environment. What is a market, what is its environment where your organizations you are going to plan to set up. Then range, nature and scope of business, which range of which nature and which scope of business you are planning to do. Then next is the technology to be adopted, which sort of technology you are planning to adopt. So these are the few important factors which have to be kept in mind while choosing the organizational structure, right? Then next is the organizational culture. So what is organizational culture? Organizational culture is also described as the organizational climate. Okay, the culture is also described as the organizational climate. So dimensions of organizational culture are, first is autonomy, then rewards, then conflict, risk-taking, congenial atmosphere. Okay, so first is autonomy. What is autonomy? It is closely related to the freedom in exercising the responsibilities. Okay, for example, if I'm working this organization, so if I have certain freedom, so if I have the freedom, so according to my freedom I will work easily. I have the work freedom to work. Okay, this is how I can take the decision. This is how today I'm taking my class. Okay, in my class I have the freedom. I can teach my students with the help of my PPTs. Maybe I will just go extempore. Maybe just I will have interaction. I don't want any PPT. So this is purely my freedom, my decision. So my organization has given me freedom. Whatever way you want to take your class, it is your choice. So but it should be conveyed properly, students should understand easily. So that is the thing. So that freedom is important in exercising the responsibility. That comes under the autonomy. The next is the rewards. To which degree and how the organization rewards individuals for their hard work to the organization. For example, an employee is very sincere. He's working day and night, very sincerely is working for the organization, so that organization can achieve its goal and all. So but how organization rewards individuals for their hard work, that is also very important. Maybe end of the year, so if your organization is giving the employee the best employee of the year award, so that employee will get more motivation. Okay, this is I was working hard, so my organization has acknowledged it, have rewarded me. So that is important. Then conflict, how much interpersonal differences exist within an organization. When people are working, so obviously they have some interpersonal differences, some issues are there, sometimes conflicts are there. So how much interpersonal differences exist within the organization, that is there. Then risk taking freedom given to the individuals for trying new ideas, because in the changing world every day new things are coming up. So one should get the freedom so that they can try for new ideas. Okay, then the congenial atmosphere, that is support and incentive given to the organization. So what support and incentives that are given to the organization, that is the congenial environment where you are working. Fine. Then next is the determinants of organizational culture are, what are the determinants of because we are discussing the organizational culture. So what are the determinants of the organizational culture? These are, first is the organizational structure, then the organizational policies, then the organizational size, then the leadership style, then the financial positions, then the organizational behavior and managerial values. So these all are the determinants of the organizational culture. So to remember the important thing, the managers are responsible to create a congenial organizational climate or climate in an organization. Okay, So managers are basically, they are responsible to create a congenial organizational climate or climate in the organization. Basically, they have to provide the congenial environment. People should have the freedom. Whatever head or manager is there, he should be approachable. If some conflicts are existing, immediately they should solve the conflict. Whatever differences are there, immediately that should be sorted out. So if there is a proper congenial environment, so you will be very happy to work in that organization. You will say, okay, this, I have a freedom. If I have some issue, I can say it. I have that much of freedom to work and all. So that good environment, congenial environment should be there, right? So with this, we have completed one unit. Now we'll take a short break. Then we will go to the next unit, that is unit 6. So let us take a break. I will show you a video, right? Are you interested to see the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no. Otherwise, continuously, if I'm talking, I'm discussing the topics, you must be feeling bored also, no? So let us take a break. I will show you a beautiful video of Kashmir. Have you heard the name of Kashmir? It's a beautiful tourist destination. Tell me, Kapiru,
Yes, of course.
you know about the Kashmir?
That is paradise on earth. Yes, paradise
Yeah,
on
that
earth.
is paradise on the earth. Very nice. Good. Kabiru
Yes.
knows. So what about Ahmed? Do you know anything about the Kashmir? Hamza Ahmed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, like he said, it is a paradise on the earth. Now you tell me any other definition. Don't worry, I will show you. What about Bashir? You tell me something about the Kashmir. Huh?
Well, ma'am, I never heard the word.
Tourist attraction.
Ahmed, right. Now, Bashir, you tell me.
Maybe if you show us
Yes,
the
what
video,
I
we're
know,
going to
man,
have some idea.
That I will show you.
is
Don't worry. Yes. Wakili, you said, tell
in
me
the
something.
northernmost geographical region in India, and it is bordered to is it this nation, Pakistan. So this is only what I know about the
Okay.
Kashmir.
Fine, I will show you video right now. Okay, we will just go for 5 minutes video so that you will have some change. Then we will continue with the next topic, right? So I will also get a break. I will also have a glass of water. Meanwhile, you see the video.
Think of Kashmir as an idyllic garden.
Can you say it, learners, students?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay, let me start.
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
just a second. Okay. Now you enjoy this video.
Jannat-e-Kashmir, paradise on earth. That's how most travelers think of Kashmir. As an idyllic Garden of Eden with more natural beauty than the eyes can fathom. With lakes, mountains, meadows, and snowfields, Kashmir does indeed offer panoramic views till as far as the eye can see. And that's why it is a popular tourist destination in India. From skiing in Gulmarg to staying in a houseboat in Srinagar, there's lots to do in Kashmir. Apart from that, there's also a lot of culture to soak in the form of traditional Kashmiri meals, music, and dresses. If you're planning a trip to Kashmir, this is your one-stop guide for everything you need.
I'm so late.
बेटा प्रोफाइल्स देखे
डैड इतने प्रोफाइल्स देखो फिर मिलो टू मच टेंशन
शादी लाइफ एक नया रेवोल्यूशन
1 घंटे में 10 मुलाकातें। अब शादी.com पर होंगी जरूरी बातें। डाउनलोड नाउ।
ये नया मेंटेनेंस हेड इंडीड से हायर किया था?
नहीं सर, वो मेरे पड़ोस।
The northernmost region of India was once a state and has now been split up into 2 union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. If you want to truly roam around the place and soak in the natural beauty of Kashmir, target visiting in the summer months between March and June. That's when the valley is abloom and every corner is a picture postcard. But if you want to see some pristine snowfall and try some snow activities, then you should visit in December-January. Avoid the monsoon season because the region tends to see landslides and road blockages around that time. There's so much to see and do in Kashmir that you'll be spoiled for choice. But here are some experiences that definitely deserve a spot on your bucket list. One of the most exhilarating experiences in Kashmir is exploring the Dal Lake. You can start by taking a shikara ride on this gorgeous lake set against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks where several Bollywood movies have been filmed. You can also drop by India's only floating post office. End the adventure by staying overnight in a houseboat. India's largest freshwater lake, the Wular Lake, is also a great place to get the adrenaline pumping. Try water skiing and other thrilling adventure sports here. The summer capital of Jammu and Kashmir is Srinagar. While in Srinagar, don't forget to visit the magnificent Mughal gardens, the Hazrat Bal Mosque, the Jama Masjid, and the powerful Jhelum River. A trip to the Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden would also be a delightful addition to your itinerary, especially in April when the Tulip Festival is celebrated. Another great attraction of Kashmir is Gulmarg, the Meadow of Flowers. The famous Gulmarg gondola is a cable car that takes you high into the mountains for truly surreal views of the valley. Gulmarg is a great place to try snow activities like sledding, skiing and tobogganing in the winter months. It is also home to India's only igloo cafe, so drop by for a warm cuppa to heat up your bones in the icy cold weather. Another pit stop in Gulmarg should be to play golf at the Gulmarg Golf Course. It is one of the highest 18-hole golf courses in the world and the views are breathtaking. Patni Top is one of the most underrated parts of Kashmir. The green meadows, set against the snowy white hills and framed by a blazing blue sky, are a sight to behold. Exploring the region by pony, much like the locals do, is a great way to truly appreciate this marvelous vista. For wildlife lovers, the Kishtwar National Park is a great stop. Snow leopards, Himalayan black bears, red fox and griffon vultures are some of the rare species that can be spotted in Kashmir. If you want to find inner peace, there are 2 pilgrimages in Kashmir that are extremely popular. The Amarnath Yatra is undertaken to worship a shivling made naturally by snow. This pilgrimage generally takes place in the summer months. The second pilgrimage is the Vaishno Devi Yatra. This starts from Katra and takes you to the shrine of Mata Vaishno Devi in the Trikuta mountain. Apart from this, Kashmir has many incredibly gorgeous hill stations like Sonmarg, Pahalgam, Anantnag and Baramulla that offer a simpler way of life and jaw-dropping Himalayan vistas. Jammu Kashmir is home to 3 commercial airports in Jammu, Kargil and Srinagar. They are all well connected with frequent flights to and from major Indian cities. There are also several trains and buses that offer easy access to tourists. The great thing about Kashmir is that it is suitable for all budgets. For budget travelers, you can get by in roughly 2,000 rupees per day. This includes stay in a guest house or hostel, eating at dhabas, and commuting by bus or rickshaws. For mid-range travelers who prefer to stay in 2 or 3-star hotels, eat in local cafes, and travel using local taxis, the trip cost will go up to rupees 3,500 per day. For luxury travelers who book accommodation in 4 or 5-star hotels, dine in upscale restaurants, and book guided sightseeing tours, the cost will be above rupees 5,000 per day. While in Kashmir, don't forget to try the local cuisine and indulge your taste buds with the spicy treats that are part of Kashmiri Wazwa. Wind up your day with a comforting cup of Kashmiri Kawa. Mughal Darbar, Shamiana Restaurant, and Adu's are tourist favorite restaurants in Srinagar. Some of the best hostels in Kashmir are Himalayan Bunker and Hostel Srinagar. They are perfect for backpackers and solo travelers. They have lively common rooms where you are sure to come across some very interesting people. You can choose to share a room with someone or book a separate room for yourself. Some hotels that come highly recommended are Royal Comfy Regency, Lemon Tree Srinagar, Houseboat Zendari Palace, and Pine and Peak. Some of the best luxury properties in Kashmir include the Khyber Himalayan Resort and Spa, the Vivanta Dal View Hotel, the Lalit Grand Palace Srinagar, and 4 Points by Sheraton. To explore the best of Kashmir, it would be great to take out at least 10 days so that you can enjoy the beauty at an unhurried pace. However, if you're visiting just 2 or 3 cities, then even 5 days should suffice. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, comment on it, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more wanderlust-worthy videos.
So, how was the video? Kabiru,
Wow,
how was the video of
is
Kashmir?
really.
You liked it?
Of course, Kashmir has a beautiful scenery site.
So, when you're planning to come?
Anytime. So
you should visit at least once, no? So I've shown you everything,
Yeah.
each and everything of Kashmir, where you can stay, what you can eat, how to come by air connectivity, by road, rail, everything. So I've shown you. So now I request my students, whenever you get a chance, please visit Kashmir. Okay.
By God grace, I have seen the value of Kashmir and the cuisine and the Gulmarg as well. That place is really fascinating.
Good.
Beautiful scenery. And Jammu, the city of temples. That place is really also interesting. And the ice tent that I have seen, that where a tourist can warm himself or something like that. But what I have seen that I don't like is that wild animals. So I don't really think I can enjoy that because I'm not interested in that. And also, that well-known city, Srinagar. So even in the films of India, I used to just see the city and also used to hear the name. So the Dal View Hotel also as well is really I can say luxury, and it will be really, of course, interesting for a tourist to make to just stay there for at least the 10 days or the 5 days maybe they have said, because the package they said is for 10 days or 5 days. So really, Kashmir must be the one of the Satori site in India. Of course, it has to be.
Good, very good. Okay, what about Bashir? Bashir, you also want to come? Tell me. Because now you are a tourism student. So tourism students have to travel, no? So you have to travel.
Yes, mom. And whoever has a chance will never deny himself to to travel such beautiful and incredible places in the world. Kashmir has incredible scenery in the site, really. So, but I wonder how did that title, Paradise on Earth, why the site was given that title? Is it the beauty of the places that entail which makes the which attracts the name Paradise on the Earth given to Kashmir, or what? That's what I really want to know.
For that, you need to visit to the Kashmir. Okay, you all are tourism students now, so whenever you get the chance, you come to India. Like I've just shown you one destination. Like then there are so many beautiful destinations. Himachal Pradesh is there, Uttarakhand is there. Then we have so many this in south that like Kerala is there. Like that, there are so many and number of destinations are there. So now you are a students of tourism. So tourism students, it's not only you have to just sit in a room and just read about the tourism destination. You have to travel, you have to visit the destination so that you get the real experience. Okay, so whenever you get a chance, you all just travel. Okay, and it's very safe. I'm also from Jammu, so now it's very safe. It's not like in the past.
Okay,
like
ma'am. You are from Jammu as well.
Yeah, I'm from Jammu. So that's what I'm
Okay, the
saying.
city.
I can say with
So
confidence
Jammu
it's
is
safe.
they named
Yeah.
it the city of temples. I would like to enjoy
Yeah.
the scenery there as well.
Yes. Yeah, it's a city of temples. So that's what I'm saying. I'm from the same state. So it's peaceful. So whenever you get a chance, you please visit Kashmir. You can visit Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. There are n number of destinations. Okay. So fine. Now I can see all the fresh faces. Now you are feeling good. So let us continue with the next unit, right?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. Next is the unit 6, that is planning and decision making. Okay, so what is a planning? That is first. So let us define the planning. A planning can be described as the process through which we determine how best to commit present available resources in order to influence future events. Okay, this is a one definition of planning. Then planning is a process that involves the determination of any future course of action. Because ultimately, why do planning? We plan so that okay, we know what the future, how we have to do, what we have to do in the future, what type of this products and services if we are offering, which type of customer we are going to get. We have to anticipate about the future ultimately. So that's why we plan. So planning is a process that involves the determination of any future course of action. That is, why take an action, why we need to take an action, then what action, then how to take action, and when to take action. So these all comes under the planning. Basically, it determines it involves the determination of any future course of action, like why to take an action, what type of action, how to take action, and when to take action. Okay. Then to remember, planning is very essential. Basically, planning is the backbone. Planning is a backbone because we have to plan for the future, how we have to go ahead, what we have to do, we have to anticipate about the future and all. So planning is basically considered as the backbone of the organization. Then planning is very essential for committing and allocating an organizational resources. Then anticipating the future problems and opportunities. This is very important because through planning we anticipate, okay, what sort of future problems can be there, what sort of opportunities will be there. So that is how we, with the help of planning, we anticipate about the future problems and opportunities. Okay, then next is that planning also implies making choices from the diverse available opportunities. So making choice from the diverse available opportunities. So we have, for example, 4 or 5 opportunities are there. So we will choose, okay, this one is the best for my organization. Okay, I will go ahead with this. So you have a choice. Then a time limit for achieving the goals. You will set a time limit. Okay, this is my goal. So how much time it will take to achieve that goal? Then it's a process rather than the behavior. Planning is a process rather than a behavior. It determines the future course of action, what we have to do in the future. So it will determine the future course of action. Then it helps in preparing for the future requirement, whatever requirement we will have in the future. So it also helps in preparing for that. Then it helps in selecting suitable course of action, which is suitable course of action for us, which is really good for us. So that also it helps in selecting. Then it just a second. Then it is a pervasive and continuous management function involving complex processes of perception, analysis, decision, and action. So basically, it is a continuous management function which involves a complex process of perception, analysis, decision, and action. Okay. So next is advantages of planning. Why we plan? What is the advantages? Okay. So there is a direct, just a second. Okay. Advantages of planning are direct the activities in an orderly way for achieving the goals. It basically gives us a direction. It directs our activities in an orderly way for achieving the goals. Then unproductive work and wastage can be minimized if we plan properly. So whatever unproductive work or whatever wastage that can be minimized with the proper planning. Then proper resource allocation can be done. Then better utilization of available resources is possible. So whatever available resources are there, so we can do the better utilization of them through proper planning. Then problems and competition can be anticipated. So whatever problems or competition that can be anticipated if we are doing it planning. Then things can be looked at in totality. So whatever things we can look at in totality. Okay. Then next is the types of plans. So first is the strategic planning. What is the strategic planning? Strategic plans are diverse to meet the organizational goals. It decides the aims and policies of the organization. So this strategic planning basically it decides the aims and policies of the organization. Then the programs and methods for their fulfillment are also detailed. Whatever programs and the methods for their fulfillments, they are also detailed. Then strategic plan enables you meet future contingencies, correct your errors, take timely decisions, and avoid deviations. Okay, so this is the strategic planning. Next is the operational planning. It determines the task to be accomplished, determine the responsibilities, allocates resources, and set measurements for every task. Okay, this is the operational planning. What is operational planning? It determines the task to be accomplished, whatever task you have to accomplish, then determine the responsibility, what are the responsibilities of each and every one. Then it allocates the resources and set the measurements for every task. Then next is the planning skills. What are skills you require for planning? The planning requires certain skills like the ability to think ahead. Okay, basically planning we are doing for the future. We are anticipating what the future. So for that you need certain skills. First is the think ahead. You have to think of the ahead. Then you forecast future trends. Okay, what future trends can be there that you have to forecast. Then state organizational goals. What are the organizational goals? What is the goal of my organization? That you have to state. Then choose strategies. Which strategy you will adopt. Then arrive at performance standards. Okay, so these skills you need. Then organization's objectives are identified and articulated in mission statement. So what are organizational objectives? They are identified and articulated in a mission statement. The first is the nature of the organization, then in what business the organization is, then what the long-term objectives are, what are the short-term objectives, then the method to be adopted for achieving these objectives. Okay. Then next is the steps in planning. So what are the steps? Like we have discussed the skills, now are the steps. The planning may differ from one organization to another. I told you, if there is a small organization, maybe they have different type of planning. If there is a big organization, so it can be having different types of plans. So planning may differ from one organization to another. So first is the perception of opportunity. That is first step. You have to perceive the opportunity. Then second, establishing objectives. Then you will establish the objectives. Third is planning premises. Then fourth is alternatives. That is identification, evaluation, and choice. The next one is the formulation of sporting plans. Then the last is establishing sequence of activities. So these are the steps in the planning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 steps in the planning. Right? Then next is the perception of opportunities. So looking at all possible opportunities clearly and completely. So whatever opportunities are there, is looking at the all possible opportunities clearly and completely. Then understand where organizations stand along with strengths and weaknesses. So we have to understand where my organization stands along with what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. Then understand why the organization want to solve uncertainties. That also we need to understand why why the organization want to solve the uncertainties. Then a vision of what is expected to be gained. That vision is also very much important. Okay, then next is the establishing objectives. What is to be done? Because if an organization is going to set some objectives, so first is what is to be done. Then where the primary emphasis is to be placed. Then what is to be accomplished by various types of plans. Right? Then the planning premises. External premises includes environment like political, social, government policies, technology, competitors plan. So these are the external premises, or we can say external factors. Like political stability should be there. What is the then government policies? What are the government policies are there? You have to go accordingly. What is the social environment and which type of technology is available? What is the plan of your competitors? So that all comes under the external premises. Then next is the internal premises. It includes organizational policies, resources of various types you have, then organizational ability to withstand pressure. So this comes under the internal premise. The next is the identification of alternatives. So various alternatives are identified. Most promising are selected for detailed analysis. So there are various alternatives are there that you identify. Then you think, okay, which is the most promising, that you will select for the detailed analysis. Then evaluation of alternatives. So to evaluate how each alternative contributes to the organizational objective in the light of its resources and constraints. Okay, the next is a choice of alternatives. So on evaluation of alternatives, the one which fits the best in the organization is selected. Okay, then formulation of sporting plan. After the formulation of the basic plan, various derivative plans can also be formulated to support the main plan. Then next is the establishing sequence of activities. So sequence of activities is determined so that plan are put into action. Ultimately, we have to take the action, right? So now next important heading is the decision making. So what is the decision making? It is identifying and choosing a course of action in order to solve specific problem is known as decision making. So what is decision making? Basically identifying and choosing a course of action in order to solve specific problem, that is decision making. So it is both a managerial function as well as an organizational process. Decision making holds a central place in the all function of any organization. So it holds a central place. So decision making involves 3 aspects of human behavior. So basically decision making, for example, if I have to take a decision, so it will involve the 3 aspects of human behavior. First is the cognition, activities of the mind associated with the knowledge. Then cognition, action of the mind implies by such words as willingness, desire, or aversion like dislike. Then affectation, that is aspects of mind associated with emotions, feeling, mood, and temperament. Okay, so decision making a major skill in defining leadership. So decision making is very important. At times, some situation is there where you have to take the immediate decision. You don't have time even to think or maybe to discuss with somebody. So you have to take the decision at and that particular time only. So it depends on the situation. Okay, so next is steps in decision making. So what steps are there? Like first is the defining the problem, then analyzing the situation, gathering information, search of alternatives, evaluation of alternatives, then is the action. Right? First is the defining the problem. So what is how to define the problem? Manager should be clear in defining the problem in relation to the organizational objectives. Then next is the analysis the situation. The manager must try to establish the cause of the problem. What is the cause of the problem? Next is the gathering information. So manager must gather information about a different course of action. So what are the course of actions are available? So he has to gather the information. Then search of alternatives. The decision maker must try to look at various alternatives available in order to get the satisfactory results from a decision. So effective decision making process. Okay, I think something is okay. It's about that. Okay, let me continue. So evaluation of alternatives, that was the next. So manager must evaluate the alternatives, keeping in view the advantages and disadvantages of alternatives. So next is the action. So decision must be converted into something operationally effective. Then risk and uncertainties are always linked to a decision. Then program decisions are as per the written or stated procedures. The program decisions should be as per the written or stated procedures. Then unusual problems are dealt with through non-program decisions. The unusual problems. So make better decisions. Right. Then following aspects all the following aspects also play a role in decision making. So these are the few aspects we will discuss. Okay. Then like intuition also plays a role in decision making, where the manager uses hunches. Like sometimes you have to think for intuitions. Okay, what is my feeling? What I feel like about this? Okay, that intuition is there. Then depending on the facts is another aspect of decision making. Facts provide a sound base for decision making. If you know about the facts, then you are in better position to take a decision. Then depending on the experience is another aspect of decision making from the past experience. Then post occurrence are also important for decision making. Then considered opinions are also taken into account in decision making process. Sometimes to take the opinion also, that is also taken into account. Okay, so these were the few aspects that play important role in the decision making. Fine. With this, we've completed the second unit of the day. That was a unit 6. Now we are in the 7. So let me see whether my students are listening or they are sleeping. So let me see.
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2,
Yes,
3,
what we
4,
have not
5.
mentioned.
5 students left.
I'm talking about the things you made mention earlier. So it seems like without managerial skill, all those things you made mention cannot make the manager, or I can say the organization, to do it, to achieve their goal, because sometimes an organization may need or may lack human skill and also may lack conceptual skill. I mean the managerial skills. So without managerial skills, all those items I mentioned earlier cannot make the improvement, or I can say positive improvement in the organization. Am I right?
Right.
So I'm also from the, I can say, from the experience. That's why always companies or organizations are looking for those that have worked in different kind of organizations that have experience. That's why at times in employing a person, I can say organization needs sometimes someone who has worked or who have worked in different organizations, so that they know that you have an experience in such a post they may just assign you. So managerial skills are
Very good,
really
Kabiru. I'm very happy.
essential.
Kabiru,
Thank
just
you.
a second. I'm very happy. You have studied, you have noted down few things. I'm really happy. When a teacher will get a feedback like this, no, so teacher will get more motivation. Yes, my students are really serious. So when they, after going through this class, you are studying, you are have noted down few points, and now you're discussing in the class. So I'm really appreciate. I really appreciate your efforts.
Thank
Very
you,
good.
ma'am.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah, continue. At times, I also need break. No, continuously, if I'm talking from last 1.5 hours, now I want to listen from my students. Right? Tell
That's
me.
right.
Hmm.
In our previous class, I mean yesterday's class, we discussed on levels in some, I can say, wide skills in management. We have top level managers, we have middle level managers, and also we have first level managers. And the top level managers are the people that use just to that are in need of conceptual skills. And for all those things that we have mentioned earlier, I will just throw a question for like all these management, I mean skills, or I can say things that managers need to, let's say, learn, or the experience the managers may have. Is it only the top level managers that are considered to possess only the conceptual skill, or both the managers may entitled to have all these kind of skills? Because in the chart that we have shown yesterday, the conceptual skill is assigned only to the top managers, and also human is assigned to the middle level managers, as well as the first level managers are entitled to just possess the technical skill. So what if a person possesses all those skills? I think that person may lead the organization, because he has all the skills that the managers, or I can say the organization, need in managing an organization like, or a company. So it seems like if a person possesses all these qualities, they lead appropriately and and I don't think there is any problem that can hinder the improvement of the organization. So the
Very good.
problem is
You have summarized it very good. It shows that you have studied, because in the slide, no, I've just shown that okay, top level need only this skill, whereas second middle level need only this, that skill is more required for middle level, and lower level need this much skill more. Whereas when in the book you go through, no, they need more of, for example, one skill, but they also need little bit of other two skills also. In the book, the diagram is given, right? No, so it shows you have studied it nicely. Very good. You are giving the overall summary of it. So please continue. I'm very happy.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else to say?
For now, we can continue.
Okay, fine. See, we have left with 2 more units, and we still have time. I think half an hour is still there. So let us go for just a second. Give me a minute. Just a minute. I will show you one video of your country. Just a minute.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me see how to share. I'm not able to share the video. Just a second. Let me see. Just now I've shared. Now I'm not able to do it. I've kept the video on also. So I don't know how to do. Yes, now it's there. Now it's Africa. Okay. Now I've shown you one video of India. Now we'll see Africa. Can you see it?
Places to visit. The African continent.
Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay, you can see. Very okay. Okay, then let me.
No.
Continent is rich in wildlife and magnificent natural beauty. This beauty had captivated many of the early visitors to Africa. Now Africans open their countries to one and all to enjoy the uniquely African experience. Let's take a look at the 10 best countries to visit in Africa in 2022. 10. Morocco. Morocco is one of the most interesting and best countries to visit in Africa. Due to its location and history, it is a melting pot of cultures with lots of unique experiences. The main reasons to visit include the architecture, food, and of course the amazing hospitality of the locals. You can unite all those reasons in one experience by staying a few nights in one of the beautiful riads in Marrakesh. They are typical examples of Moroccan architecture, with a central courtyard and guest rooms on the upper floors. A lot of love goes into interior design with intricate tile work and traditional furniture. Most riads are located in the Medina, the old part of the city, so staying there gives you the perfect starting point for your sightseeing in Marrakesh too. 9. South Africa. Full of scenic beauty and friendly people, South Africa is an incredible destination and one of the best countries to visit in Africa in 2022. You'll find breathtaking coastlines, stunning canyons, dramatic mountains, wildlife, and Cape Town. Affectionately referred to as the Mother City by locals, it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. If Africa was a country, then Cape Town would surely be its capital. When you visit Cape Town, enjoy some time in the Cape Winelands. Hike to the top of Table Mountain and abseil down if you dare, or take a helicopter ride for a bird's eye view. Journey to the breathtaking scenery at Cape Point. Don't miss Boulders Beach, famous for its colony of adorable African penguins. In Johannesburg, South Africa's largest city, you can visit Nelson Mandela's house and explore the history and Soweto. 8. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is somewhat off the radar African destination and one of Africa's less visited countries. Countries like Namibia, Botswana and Kenya are considered the most countries to visit in Africa by tourists, and they do indeed have a more well-developed tourism infrastructure. But Zimbabwe is worth considering because it has a few things that are really spectacular. First among them is Victoria Falls. At 2,900 feet high, it's one of the world's largest and most spectacular waterfalls. Victoria Falls alone is enough to make Zimbabwe one of the best countries to visit in Africa. You can also see the falls from the Zambia side of the border, but the Zimbabwe side has a well-developed scenic hike and many providers who offer helicopter tours. While at Victoria Falls, you can also have a lovely sunset cruise on the upper Zambezi River. Another reason to visit Zimbabwe is for wildlife. 7. Tanzania. Tanzania is clearly up there with the best countries to visit in Africa for bucket list worthy experiences. Whether you seek adventurous activities or prefer to enjoy the landscapes and see wildlife, there are activities for all types of travellers. Adventure seekers will love the opportunity to climb the tallest summit of the continent, Mount Kilimanjaro, at 5,895 metres, 19,341 feet high. It will take a minimum of 6 days to complete this challenging trek. Wildlife and animal lovers will enjoy going on a safari and seeing animals in their natural habitats. Most people head to the Northern Circuit to see the wildlife at Lake Manyara, Serengeti, Tarangire National Park, and or Ngorongoro Crater. You can't miss the great migration of wild beasts and zebras at Serengeti, which is considered to be the best wildlife experience in Africa, or the high concentration of elephants at Tarangire. 6. Zanzibar. Topping the list of the best countries to visit in Africa, Zanzibar is a tropical paradise. Full of pristine, Zanzibar is known for its white sand beaches and turquoise lapping waters. While it is a dream destination for some rest and relaxation, it also offers plenty more for those looking for a more cultural experience. This beautiful African country is a melting pot of culture that led to the city being declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2000. Changu Island, or Prison Island, also provides an interesting glimpse into the island's darker past. Just a short boat ride from Zanzibar, it was once used to detain slaves, and then later as a quarantine island for those with yellow fever. Today it serves as a nature reserve for giant tortoises and makes for a great day trip. 5. Kenya. One of the incredible things about Kenya is its pleasant people. Kenyan people are warm, friendly, and inviting to foreign visitors, and are always willing to assist or share a story. Kenya is known for its diverse wildlife and is a popular destination for an African safari, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. There are many options for safari, including the Masai Mara, Amboseli, and Tsavo National Park safaris. Also, Kenya is one of the many great destinations to consider for your 50th birthday trip adventure. The country has a total of 23 national parks, 28 national reserves, 4 marine national parks, 6 marine national reserves, and 4 national sanctuaries. So Kenya is definitely one of the best countries to visit in Africa for a wildlife adventure. 4. Botswana. Botswana, in particular the Chobe National Park, is one of the best places in Africa to see the wildlife in abundance. Every trip to southern Africa must have at least a day in the famous Okavango Delta for its teeming wildlife that can be viewed from the water. Boat safaris are amazing because they allow an eye vantage point and proximity, unlike safari trucks. Also, from the water, there are no trees blocking the views. Chobe National Park in Botswana is amazing as it offers land safaris as well as boat safaris. The best way to enjoy both is to go on a land safari in the morning and a sunset boat safari in the afternoon. The national park is home to cheetahs, lions, elephants, giraffes, hippos, crocodiles, and antelope, to name but a few. The delta is also home to hundreds of bird species. It's a paradise for exotic bird watchers and wildlife photographers. Botswana has a good infrastructure for safari. The best way to enjoy land safaris is to get in one of the safari jeeps operated by the guides. 3. Cape Verde. Cape Verde may be a small and one of the most overlooked countries to visit in Africa, but it packs a lot of punch when it comes to beautiful places to visit. With its combination of craggy mountains and rugged coastline, the African archipelago nation is a bucket list destination that you're unlikely to forget. Cape Verde is a tiny archipelago nation in Africa that boasts a wide variety of stunning landscapes. Located off the coast of Senegal in West Africa, its 10 volcanic islands differ drastically in topography and tourist offerings. Each island in Cape Verde has its own flavour. Santo Antão is without a doubt the archipelago's crown jewel. With soaring green hillsides and mist-shrouded peaks, it features scenery that looks straight out of a fantasy film. The scenery on Santo Antão is unlike anything you'll see elsewhere. 2. Mauritius. Although Mauritius might be famous mainly for its worldwide famous beaches, it boasts many natural wonders, including the seven-coloured earth, Eau Blue waterfalls, Black River Gorge National Park, the UNESCO site of Le Monde Brabant, Le Souffleur, the list goes on. You'll definitely find many things to do in Mauritius that caters to any type of traveller, making it one of the best countries to visit in Africa. If you're a foodie, head to Port Louis to sample the best street food and at the same time, discover Mauritius's colonial past. For nature lovers, make sure to visit the national park, which is free and dotted with an abundance of hiking trails and waterfalls. The more laid-back travellers can simply enjoy the beaches, snorkel at the marine park and Blue Bay, or visit the smaller islands like Île Surf and Île Benetier, or the less popular Île Sancho. 1. Tunisia. Tunisia is a wonderful destination in Africa. There's so much variety of places and things to enjoy in the country. From the beautiful beaches to the warm and vibrant culture, Tunisia is one of the best countries to visit in Africa in 2022. The Medina is full of character and the winding streets are perfect to get lost in. There are lots of artisanal products being made in Tunisia, and Tunis is a great place to see them. from the beautiful glass of Sadiqa Keskes to olive oil and wine production. Just outside the city is the picturesque Sidi Bou said, the blue and white town, and the fantastic archaeological site of Carthage. And most importantly, don't miss the chance to explore the rest of the country though. There's a spectacular desert landscape, islands, and a whole coastline of beaches. With some fantastic family hotels in Tunisia, this really is a wonderful place to come and base yourself. So let us know in the comments which one of these will be your next travel destination. Please subscribe to Travel the World. Thanks for watching.
Okay, now let's back to the next unit. Okay, we need to give short breaks also, no? Because continuity, if one person is talking, discussing the things, so at times it's boring also. So I thought we'll have a short video so that we can continue, right? Meanwhile, I also had a cup of tea.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want, I
Indian
can only show you the cup of tea. Yeah. Right. One destination from India and
from
then African countries.
From this
so that
listed,
we have the glance
from this
of both the
listed African
countries.
countries, I did not see Nigeria.
Okay. So now you can go there.
Nigeria is not among the.
Rest you have seen.
Nigeria is not among the most listed countries in Africa.
Okay.
You know, we have so many problems hindering the improvement in the tourism sector in Nigeria. Number one problem in Nigeria is insecurity, because there are some insecurities in some northern
Security.
part of the country. Yes, of course, insecurity. So you know,
Okay.
there is not any foreigner that can just that will be interested in visiting a country that having a security issue. And also the tourist destinations are not well
I think
looked
some
after.
network issues there. Your voice is cracking.
Yes, I am having a technical problem here. I'm sorry. Maybe we will continue.
No problem. Let me ask this Hamza Ahmad. You are quite no opinion, no words. Where are you? Are you there in the class, Ahmad?
I'm there, ma. I'm just listening. I'm passive listener.
No. There should not be passive listener. No. So active involvement is required. No. So I want to see your face also. Switch on your video. I want to see whether you are attentive in the class or sleeping. Show me your face. Switch on your video. Only 2 people are active, I can see. Bashir and Kabiro. So Ahmad, please switch on your video. I need to see my students now. Show me your face. Sometimes students, they just keep the video on.
You
They
said?
are busy in their work.
You said, ma'am?
You need to switch on your video. Let me see.
Oh.
Are you in the class?
Okay. The place is dark. That's why.
Okay, no problem. I just want to see whether you are attentive in the class. That's it. Now you can switch off. Okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah. Chalo, let's continue. Okay, we are left with the 2 more units. So let us continue. Just a second. Okay, now we are in the next unit, that is a unit 7, and the title is organizing. So what is organizing? The process which enables the creation and maintenance of an organization structure is referred as organizing. What is this? The process which enables the creation and maintenance of an organization structure is referred as organizing. This helps in establishing the formal groupings of the people and their activities. Basically, it helps in establishing the formal grouping of the people and their activities. Group of people, we will go for a group of people, grouping of the people, and then we will assign what activities they have to do. Okay, that comes under the organizing. Then major purpose of organizing are, what is the purpose of organizing? First is identify, distribute, divide, and group the task to be done. We will identify, we will distribute, we will divide, and then we will group the task to be done. Whatever task to be done, we will divide among the people. We will make a group of the people. We will assign activities accordingly. Then delegate authority and responsibility for decision making to accomplish the task. We will delegate the authority and responsibility for decision making so that they accomplish the task. Then establish and determine the working relationships among persons, groups, or departments for efficient implementations of plans. Okay, so these are the major purpose of organizing. Then organizing connects, arranges, and coordinates the human and physical organizational resources in order to achieve the organizational goals. So organizing specifies who will achieve what and how that will be achieved. As I told you, in organizing, basically it helps in grouping, and then after grouping of people, we assign them activities. So basically organizing, it also specifies who will achieve what and how that will be achieved. Okay. So what are the skills required in this? So skills are like analyze and design jobs, then define authority and responsibility, then recruit and train people according to the requirement. So whatever type of requirement, whatever sort of work is there, so accordingly we will recruit the people and you will train them. Then foresee the areas of conflict, because in previous few slides we discussed on there are conflicts among the people. So we have to first foresee the areas of conflict where there can be conflicts. Then establish effective management information system, MIS, management information systems, that we have to establish effective MIS. Then resolve conflicts, then respond and react to changes. Whatever changes are there, we have to respond and react to that change. Okay, the next is the division of work. What is the division of work? Division of work indicates that all organizational tasks can be specialized, and hence the concept of specializations. So whatever organizational tasks are there, that can be specialized, and then the concept of specialization has come. So a job can be defined as a task performed by individuals in achieving the organizational goal. Like I'm a teacher, my job is to teach. So a job can be defined as a task performed by individual. Like I'm performing the task. What is my task? I'm teaching you all. So this is my task. So a job can be defined as a task performed by individuals in achieving the organizational goal. Ultimate goal of my organization, my university, is to give education to the students. So if I am performing my duty, I'm teaching you all. So ultimately, the goal of my organization is also achieved. Okay. Then job description defines a particular job, and at the same time who does what in the organization. So what is a job description? Basically it defines a particular job, and at the same time who does what in the organization. Okay, like I'm a teacher, my job is to educate, to teach you all. Maybe other employees in my department, some are computer operator, their job is to just do the typing work and work related to computer. Maybe they were their attendants, their work is to give us tea, coffee, or just to help us in day-to-day things. Maybe the head of the department, director is there, she is administrative head, so she has to do other jobs. So these basically job description defines a particular job, and at the same time who does what in the organization.
Okay.
Yes, you want to say something?
Oh, okay, Ma. Okay, what are you talking about right now? If I'm on the track, you're talking about division of labor in organization. Is it okay? I mean, you are talking about.
No, just a second. Let me minimize my screen. Let me see. The thing is, no. Who is talking? Ahmad. Who is there?
Bashir.
Okay, Bashir. Bashir, we are
Yes.
left with only 10 minutes. No, only 10 minutes are left. So let me finish the
I said,
topic. You please note down your
so no,
question.
but
At the end of the class, we will discuss. Right? Yeah, because see, it's already 4:50 and only 10 minutes are left. So many slides are still there. So just give me a few minutes. You note down your question. So after finishing my presentation, we will take your question. Okay? Just a second. Let me continue. Okay, then next is the job enlargement is increasing the scope of job through additional tasks. Then job rotation is moving from one job to another. Job enrichment is providing motivation to the employees. So these are the few terms which you should know under the division of work. Then departmentalization. You know, there are different departments in any organization. So what is the departmentalization? So grouping together of jobs into work units is termed as the departmentalization. It is a grouping together of the jobs into work units. That is the departmentalization. Like I'm in School of Tourism and Hospitality. Maybe my other, and there is another department, that is the School of Gender Studies, then School of Foreign Languages. They are taking care of the foreign languages. School of Gender Studies, they are taking care of the courses, programs related to gender studies. We in tourism, School of Tourism and Hospitality, I'm taking care of the tourism and hospitality studies related program. So there are different departments. So basically grouping together of jobs into work units is termed as the departmentalization. When nature and volume of work increases, the departments in an organization will also increase, right? Then this includes functions, products, territory, and customers. Functions like marketing, finance, etc. Products like domestic ticketing, international ticketing in travel agencies. Territory like regional divisions of tourism departments. Like there are different regional divisions of the tourism department. They come under the territory. Then customer separate sections for dealing students, LTC travelers, etc. So there are different sections. So some are dealing with the students, some are dealing with the LTC travelers, some may be dealing with some other activities. So that are customers. This is how they separate the customers. Fine. Then next is a span of control. What is that? Span of control denotes the number of subordinates who report to a particular manager. Okay, so it denotes the number of subordinates who report to a particular manager. It mainly depends upon ability of the manager, harmony in teamwork, the level of manager in hierarchical structure. Like here we have given one example. So this is the top boss, and then these are the subordinates. So this is the span of control. So efficiency of organization mainly depends upon the organizational structure. In tall organizational structure, there are many levels between top and lower level managers, and the decision making process is slower. Because in the tall, I will just show you. See, these are the tall organization structure. Here I have just seen the 3 layers, but there in the big organization, there can be more layers also. So this is the example of the tall organization structure. So in tall organization structure, there are many levels between the top and lower level managers, and the decision making process is slow. Whereas in flat organization structure have fewer management levels with the wide span. So this is example of flat organization structure. Okay. So to remember, just a second. Span of management depends upon the capabilities of managers and subordinate along with the environment in the organization. Okay. So then next is the delegation of authority. So power delegated to job which the specific individual is holding, that is the delegation of authority. So power delegated to job, each level of which power you are giving, how much freedom you are giving. Basically, power delegated to a job which a specific individual is holding, that is the delegation of authority. So it is provided with a right to exert and influence within the organization. So it is provided with the right to exert and influence within the organizations. Authority is defined as the legal rights to command action by others and to enforce compliance. Then delegation of authority also denotes the level of decision-making power. So manager must decide to whom to delegate, how much to delegate, and up to what level to delegate. Because delegation authority is good, but as a manager, one should decide to whom to delegate. Who is the person, who is the responsible person to whom you can delegate authority, and how much to delegate, whether to give the full authority or how much you have to give. Then up to what level to delegate. Okay. So this is the delegation of authority. Next is the line authority. Then we have the staff authority. So what is the line authority? So it is represented by chain of command starting from the topmost management in an organization and extending down to very subordinate levels. From top to very subordinate levels. Then staff authority, this means the authority of such groups of individuals within an organization who provide advice and services to line management. Okay. So to remember, aspects such as accountability and responsibility has to be taken care during delegation of authority. If you're giving authority, you have to consider these aspects like accountability and responsibility. Okay. The next is a coordination. So what is a coordination? Establishing relationship amongst the different segments and activities of an organization and establishing linkages among them is defined as a coordination. Basically coordinating with each other. So what is coordination? It is establishing relationship among the different segments and activities of an organization and establishing linkages among them is defined as a coordination. So it is a must in large organization for smooth functioning. So coordination is very required, much required, because we cannot work in the separate units. So each and everyone has to coordinate. Various department has to work together. We have to coordinate with each other so that we can achieve the ultimate goal of the organization. So if not done properly, we'll end up in creating poor image of the organization. So next is MIS. Management Information System has to be effective, timely, accurate, and relevant for effective coordination in the organization. Okay. So next is the leading. What is the leading? Working with people in such a way that their support can be won over for working in the direction for achieving the organizational goals. So you're working with people in such a way because ultimately you're leading them. So you have to work with in such a way that you can get the support of your subordinates, support of your team members. So ultimately, so that we can achieve the organizational goals. So managers must identify common factors that can motivate all working at the different levels in an organization. So as a manager, one has to identify what are the common factors which can motivate each and everyone who are working in the different levels of the different levels of management in the organization. So leading means so people will follow. Basically, it's like this in this diagram. This red one is leading, so others are following him. Okay. So to remember, a manager must remember that he is the only playing mold role according to the situation. All the time you cannot say, "Oh, okay, I'm your boss, so you have to do this and that." No, you have to mold yourself according to the situation. Sometimes situation is panic. Sometimes there is a conflict. So at that time you can show as, "Oh, I'm the boss, so I can't do anything." No, you have to resolve the thing. You have to show your sympathy towards the subordinates, towards your team members. So you have to mold your role. So follow a participative approach. That participative approach is required, so one has to follow that. So attempt to command the respect for his and her subordinates. One has to give the respect to the subordinates as well. All the time you cannot expect only subordinates will respect you because you are the head. No, it's not like that. We should give the respect to the subordinates as well. Fine. Now we are in the last unit, that is unit 8, monitoring and controlling. So let me see how many slides. I think 8 slides are there. Oh, I have to go fast. Only few minutes left. Okay. Next is monitoring and controlling. What is the monitoring and controlling? Control is defined as a process which ensures that the progress of the assigned work is according to the plan. So what a plan was there, so whatever progress is there, so it is according to the plan. That is basically control. Control is defined as a process which ensures that progress of the assigned work is according to the plan. Its basic concern is to monitor the outcome of activities, review feedback, information about this outcome and if necessary to take corrective action. Okay, so this monitoring, this control, it helps the manager in monitoring environmental changes, then developing mechanisms, anticipating problems, adding value, maintaining quality, facilitating teamwork, and then checking wastage or leakages. Okay, so next is types of controls. So what are the types of control? We have pre-action controls, then feed-forward controls, and then concurrent control, and then the feedback control. Okay, so this is your job. Have these 4 type of controls are there. I will share the PPT also. So you have to go through this. There are types, different types of control. First is the pre-action control, then feed-forward control, then third one is the concurrent control, and fourth is the feedback control. So in this PPT also I will share with you. You have material with you. Just go through it. If you face any problem, just let me know, because we have short time. So let us just cover the main headings. Okay. Next is the steps in the control process. So we have to discuss what are the various steps in the control process. So as per the Robert J. Mockler's definition of the control, it helps us in determining the necessary steps of the control process. So what are the necessary steps? There are basically 4 steps to be followed in controlling process. First is the establishing performance standards. The next is the measuring performance. Then comparing performance with the standards and taking corrective action. Okay, so these are the 4 steps. Then first is the establishing standards. So this is the first point, establishing standards. So what is establishing standard? Standards may be defined as a unit of measurement which can be used to evaluate performance. Then physical standards includes quantity of product, number of customers, clients, quality of the products. Whereas monetary standards include selling cost, material cost, gross profit, net profit, everything related to money. These are monetary standards. Then time standard refers to speed and deadline within which the job is to be performed or completed. Okay, to remember, the standards should be measurable terms with a time-bound approach. The next is the measuring performance. It is a continuous ongoing process done with the help of an appropriate mechanism. Then systematic flow of information is very essential. Designing a simple reporting system as per the requirement of the activity. Okay, this is the measuring performance. Next is the comparing performance. So monitoring with the standards established is the first stage is done. What is this? Monitoring with the standard established. Whatever standard we have established, so monitoring with the standard established in the first stage is done. Right? So the different phases of this stage are receiving of raw data, classification and recording of information, periodic evaluation of completed action, reporting status of accomplishment to higher line of authority. Then taking appropriate action. Corrective action is very essential to achieve desired objectives. This may involve alterations, changes, rethinking, devising or employing better methods. Then depending on the situation, manager must consider various alternatives and take the decision. Then personal observation, oral reports, written reports are widely used to collect the information before arriving at a decision. The next is the effective control techniques. So this is the last. So what is the effective control techniques? Knowledge or technique is required to avoid resistance and other problems. So you need knowledge or technique. It is required to avoid resistance. So everyone should understand that control mechanism helps in achieving the objectives in time. And control should be timely, control must be cost effective, and control must be acceptable to all. It should be acceptable to all, right? So with this, we have completed the unit 8. So thank you for your attention and listening so carefully. So with this, we have come to the end of the class. Now I can talk to all of you and before we start discussion, let me tell you one thing. See, oh no, only 3 students left. Others, others must be feeling bored, so they left the class, or maybe they are busy somewhere. But anyhow, it's a recorded session, so they can come back and see. Right. So my this thing request to you all, like we have completed the block 2 today. Okay, this was the block 2 of TS-03. So what I want my students to do, once you finish this the class, maybe at the end of the day or maybe tomorrow, you just read the study material, whatever e-content is there, just go through that. Because in this class, no, the PPT which I prepared, I've just this added only few important points, important headings, so that we can cover all the 4 units in today's class. Okay, otherwise it's not possible to finish the 4 units. Ideally, 1 unit if we discuss in 1 hour, and second unit for another hour, at least 2 units we can discuss easily. But to cover the 4 units, it needs time. So that's why I've discussed the main headings, important points. Otherwise, also in the counseling sessions, no, these are not the regular classrooms. These are the counseling sessions. So in the counseling sessions, we expect our students to just go through the material before coming to the class, just discuss the important points. And if you face any problem, just discuss with us. These are the not regular classroom teaching, right? So now with this, I have completed the block 2, and this is my last class, because I have assigned only 2 classes. So one was yesterday and today was the second one. So rest of the 6 classes, my another counselor will take. So from tomorrow onward, I think the other counselor will come who will go through the block 3. Who will teach you block 3 onwards. Okay, rest of the 6 classes, another person will take. So if you face any problem, any query, any question, any doubt, you have my email ID. You just send me a mail. I will send you a reply. If you will not get reply, you can send me reminder. You can remind me. You can bother me. So all freedom from my side. Okay. Yes, tell me. Ahmed is
It's
very
really
happy.
interesting
Ahmed, now you are in that.
having you. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting having you on board, man. We enjoy staying with you.
Okay, Kabiru, before you say something, no, can you just click a photograph of this class and you send me in my mail, so that we can have a proof of this also, no? We can keep a record.
Okay, no problem, man.
Yeah. Yes, just click a photo and then send me through mail of this class. Okay.
I will do it. I will do it now. So you recently discussed about the division of work. So from what I read before coming to the class is a principle from the management sector. I mean, the division of work, where it means that those to divide a given activity or work into a small pieces or parts, so that each part is handled with great ease and efficiency. So it's in other words, it is used to be called division of labor.
Kabiru, see, your voice is a bit cracking now. I'm able to hear the half of the thing only. Can you repeat it again? You keep your this headphone, whatever speaker in front of you, and just speak little slowly so that I can understand. Please repeat it again. What are you saying?
Okay. So what I'm saying here is that about the division of work. Division
Yes,
of work.
huh? Right? Yeah.
Yes, there is something I just came across about this principle because it is a principle in the field of management studies. So the principle which says division of work means to divide a given activity or work into small pieces or parts so that each part is handled with great ease and efficiency. So that's why it is having some positive impact. Number one impact is specialization because all the employees has their own different specialization in only just I can say specialization because they just go after different courses during their college days. And also, this division of work can minimize wastage. So it can also improve efficiency. But there are some I can say consequences in violating this kind of principle. Number one consequence is overburden on a single employee. A single employee will be doing different kind of tasks, which will make some problems into the organization. And also conflicting situations. There might be an internal conflict within the organization, and wastage of time and resources. Because if that a particular person is not having a skill and also is not efficient to deliver the work, can make some time wastage and also waste of resources, like in the field, I mean. And also some chaos and confusion, because there might be some chaos that may arise in the process of performing the task. And also confusion, because it is not his relevant specialization course, or I mean part. So I think these are the things that I read before coming to the class concerning the division of work.
Good, very good. You have given very good opinion. Yeah, because in division of work, we say we basically we divide the work, we divide the activities among the various people so that they work together to achieve the ultimate organizational goals.
Yes, ma'am.
But the points which you have, other points which you have raised, which how done very nicely you have concluded the things like what we have discussed in today's class. Very nice. It shows that yes, you are listening very carefully, you were attentive in the class, and that's why you remember all the things. I'm very happy. This is what I expect from other students also. When you're present in the class, I want you all to at least note down the important things, so that ultimately once you go back home you will do your revision, so you will remember, okay, these are the few important things which we have discussed in the class. And if you have any doubt, you can refer the study material, you can go through the book, and you can clear your point. But still, if you have faced any problem, you can refer to me, you can send me a mail, because nowadays we have so many resources available. Like in Google, if you just put the terms, you will get so many references so that you can clear your concept. But the only thing I expect from you, your sincere efforts. You give time, at least 1 hour or 2 hour, whatever possible for you every day, because then only you will get good marks in the exams. And many of the students, they get the gold medal also in the convocation. In your class also, like I can say, Kabiro, if you're doing very giving hard work, you're doing studying very sincerely. So maybe in the this program when which you enrolled, so maybe in tomorrow we can see, okay, Kabiro is getting the gold medal in the BTS program. So this is what, because it's in your hand. So I expect all the students to be serious in the class and give your 100%, right? So with this,
Thank you,
we
madam.
will end the class. It's already 5:30. So thank you very much
Please,
for
ma'am,
listening so
before
carefully.
before before ending
So
the class, before
all my
ending the
best.
class.
Yeah.
So please, can you drop your WhatsApp number, because not all of us can be able to be in touch with you just via email. I don't know if we can have your WhatsApp number so that it can just make it
See,
easier to
I can give you
get
my
reaching.
office number, and second is the email ID that, which I have given you. I'm very active in my email because this is official email. So every day I have to check my mail. Every day I have to respond. But only few
Okay.
these exceptions are there. For example, if I'm on leave, if I've gone to my hometown, if I have some family issues, maybe that time I'm not able to check the respond the mail. Otherwise, I'm very active in responding the mails. And secondly, I can give you my this office number. Okay, because WhatsApp number I don't usually don't prefer to share. I have two young kids, so all the time I have to like. I'm a working woman at home. When whatever time is spared, that I will give to my family. So it's difficult for me to spare my mobile number. But definitely, you please note on my office number. So whenever I'm in the office, I always attend my phone calls of the student. This is purely for my students. Okay. So you can please note down. It is 011. You want me to put in the chat box? Just a second. I'm just going to write it for you. This is a landline number 29571757. And I think you need to prefix the India code also. That is, I think, 0191 something. That you confirm. Okay. I think 91 you have to prefix. So this is my office number. This is purely for the students. All my students every day they talk to me whenever they have issue. So I always attend the phone calls. Okay. So rest is the email. Whenever you have an issue, you please send me mail. Right? Okay, Kabiru and okay, Ahmad. All my best to both of you and the rest of the students also. Give your 100%. Do your assignments on time. Fill your examination form on time. Then appear for the term and examination. So we all teachers are there with you. Whatever issue you have my email ID, and I will share both my PPTs of block 1 of yesterday class and block 2 of today's class. I will share my email ID, PPTs through email. I have got one email from one student, no? So I will send him. So it is his responsibility to share with all of you. Or maybe Kabiro, you can send me a mail today so that I will get your email ID also, no? So that I can share PPT with you, and it's your responsibility to share with all your friends, right?
Okay, ma'am, no problem.
Kabiru,
I will
right?
just email you today.
Yeah.
I will do so.
You just send me a dummy mail today. So I will send PPTs to
No
you.
problem.
And then you send it to all
Okay,
your
ma'am.
friends. Right?
No problem, ma'am. Yes.
Okay then. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. See you next time.
Thank you. Oga Kebi yanzu ya less busy kenan.
Wallahi, ka san kwanan biyu ne sai a hankali wallahi. Kuma kwanan nan ma gaba ɗaya ban jin daɗi ne, mura ne yake dan taba ni.
Subhanallah. Allah ya sauwaƙe.
Amin ya Allah. Amin ya classes din.
Normal wallahi.
Masha Allah. Kana kan
wani? Mi ending ɗinsa saboda ana recording ɗinsa saboda haka mi ending ɗinsa da ba recording ɗin ne sai mu ci gaba.
Ba matsala. Mai magana a WhatsApp.
Ba damuwa.
Allah.